What's up, everybody? Mr. OG Games here, and back with another episode of the road to Castle 30. In this episode, we're gonna basically be advancing now that our level 10 castle is built, and we're gonna be moving forward and leveling up the blacksmith. And also, with level 10 castle now open, it's going to give us the opportunity to use the merchant ship, which is something that we not desperately need it, but could use for some extra daily rewards. It is a good way, and something that I've always used, especially when first starting out, is a way to level up your basically your points. You can get tons of things from it, really, but getting the XP up, that way you can level up your lord. And of course, when you do that, you get a lot of other things, skills that you can use and so forth. Excuse me. So that's something that I personally will probably be trying to do here, but as things progress, we're going to be going a lot more in depth into some of these other buildings that we can use, like the altar. Now, the altar is something that is basically a way for you to accumulate certain items, and then once you get enough of that particular item, then it can be crafted and it can help you in your city, basically with troops and other things. But we're going to cover that as we get going down the line. That is also a building that can be leveled up. I think the next level we have to be in order to get that to its second level would be level 15. But some other things to go over here. Since we have now gotten to level 10, we are able to now get some stone mines going. So we've opened up the land now, and we're definitely going to get some stone mines going, because stone is going to be needed in order to start getting our castle levels higher. And then once certain buildings reach certain levels, stone is going to be needed as well. And then, of course, as far as materials are concerned, you have 4 basic materials that you use until you get to level 30. And if this series goes as planned, when we get to level 30 at the end, I'll be able to introduce that last one to you. The next milestone now that we have to look forward to as far as materials are concerned would be level 15, and that's when we're going to get into iron. But right now we're taking the needed steps to basically get us up step by step, and to that way we can keep leveling up. But with the castle now at level 10, we're going to go ahead and stay focused with where we're at and not get too far ahead here. I am adding some other farms and wood yards. That way I can make sure resources, like I said, are your friend. You can never have too much of those. So that's what I'm basically focusing on, that, and also some tents. That way they will help increase the maximum size of your hospital for healing troops also. Now, as far as the 2 main things that we can get with 10, one being the merchant ship, and the second being the workshop. Now, the workshop, just because you're at 10 doesn't mean you can actually use it, but you have to be blacksmith level 10 in order to do that. So that's something that we're going to advance to and get into in this video. I did get us up to level 10 and on the blacksmith. That way we could go ahead and show just what is involved with the workshop. Now, as you know, your lord can acquire equipment, and in order to acquire equipment, you're going to need to first make enough resources in the actual workshop in order to level up equipment. And equipment basically starts well, you know what? I'm not going to get that depth in the blacksmith and equipment. I think, you know, what I'm probably going to do is go through and actually share that entire, dedicate maybe a whole episode just to the blacksmith. Because if I go through and what time I allot for these videos as we grow, I don't want to take up all of your time and scatter around everything just to talk about one building that technically I'm not even going to really showcase right now. So yes, the equipment is a must, and we're going to cover that probably in a few episodes. But in order to get this equipment, the workshop is where you make all the material that you need in order to craft the equipment. So now that we're going to have our blacksmith at level 10, we're going to start basically round the clock using the workshop to get the material needed in order to take back to the blacksmith and go ahead and level up some equipment. Me personally, what I do in the workshop, I just don't randomly pick things. I will have a good eye on my blacksmith and know exactly what pieces of material that I need in order to craft this certain equipment. Now, two different settings you can set in your workshop. You can have it on level, what I call is level 1 material, which is white, and then it has a certain gestation time for each piece. And then you can also slide the bar to the right in the workshop, and that turns the equipment that you'll be crafting to green. Now, green is of course your second level, and when you do so, as you can see, I've got it on here right now at green, which I'm going to switch back over to white. But green is what's needed to raise your equipment to the next level. So you're going to have white, green, blue, purple, and then orange. And as we look here at the blacksmith, you can see all the levels that are required. And in order to make your next level, you're going to have the previous level already completed. And depending on what color equipment you're using, the previous item also has to be that color. So as you can see, you can't just jump around and make the highest from the lowest material. So the workshop is your friend. I can't stress that enough. If you're looking to build up your equipment to maximize your Lord, you've got to start and strategize what equipment's needed, of course, but what material that is needed for each. So as you can see, I'm scanning through to see what material that I need for certain pieces of equipment, and then of course I go back to the workshop and I get these materials crafted up. So the workshop and the blacksmith hand in hand. And I just figured I'd go over the workshop first, because this is where you need to get some materials going for the items that you do need. And yeah, we'll get into the blacksmith later. But if you guys like the video, smash the thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, y'all keep gaming, and I'll see you in the next one.